Years ago, a young girl wandered into the forest, being curious of the wild and unknown. She was drawn to the trees and knew she had to discover what else was inside. The rhythm of these woods called to her, so she went deeper and deeper. She couldn't help but to be mesmerized by the beauty and perplexed by nature's endearing sounds. As she felt the ground, she knew they were one. Satisfied with her curiosity, she decided to head back home, but couldn't remember which way to go. Soon, she got lost and couldn't find her way out. Everything looked the same. Afraid and tired, she took comfort in a bed of flowers pushed up against the tallest and most magical tree in the woods. As she faded to a deep sleep, the ground just beneath her opened up and swallowed her back in and closed back up as if nothing ever happened. As the months went by, her family stopped looking for her and gave up hope. The next spring, the young girl was no longer herself, but a hybrid of both human and flower. Zyla emerged from that bed of flowers she felt deep asleep in many moons before, and revealed herself as this hybrid of all nature's creations. Zyla was bound to the magical tree and would forever be nature's protector to balance the connection and respect for humanity in our world. As this is the legend of Zyla, we must never forget to preserve our earth, as every part is living. Hey guys, let's get started and glue down our eyebrows. I know this is a really sexy look and it is absolutely necessary for the paint job we're doing, and it's really fancy as you can see. Oh, don't forget to have some pizza. You gotta stay full for the video. Okay, now that we have our glue set and dried on our eyebrows, I'm putting some translucent powder followed by some red, yes folks, I said red, liquid lipstick to cancel out the dark color of my hair, eyebrow hair. Next, we're piling on some super thick concealer to make sure this is all blended and it looks very seamless and like it's just part of my skin. Next, I am taking a beauty sponge, followed by some more translucent powder to make sure it's all locked in. I'm really digging this no eyebrow just look. What do you guys think? Next, I'm moving on to some white foundation, and I'm covering my face so that I have a nice plain white canvas so that when I start layering on my bright colors, my bright floral colors, it is going to really pop and it won't mesh too much into my natural skin. Then I'm grabbing this NYX Jumbo pencil and lining my waterline in my eye. This cancels out my natural skin tone in my waterline and makes it look for bigger eye whites. Ask these ladies, they love it. Next, I'm going in with some orange water-based body paint and carving out some super drastic cheekbones. We're going for a symmetrical look here, so whatever I do to the left side of my face, I'm going to do to the right side of my face. So as you just saw, I filled in the left side of my forehead and I copied on the other side. And I also made this little V shape on my chin that I am blending out, as you can see. This step is important because when we go further with some more detailing and paint with the black and white lines, it's really going to pop. Next, I took some yellow face paint and concentrated it around the middle of my face and my nose area and blended that out. Next, I picked up some red body paint and created two arches over my eyebrows that have like a little flare out at each end and blended those in nicely. Now I'm moving on to painting my body. So I painted my body, my neck, my ears, and just so you know, painting your ears does not feel good. Trust me on this. Now I'm moving on to my eyeshadow. This was a super fun part. I picked up some bright pink shadow and started to create a faux crease. So as you can barely see my eyebrows peeking through there, I made my crease directly under my eyebrows, and that's going to make my eyes look really big and open. Next, I picked up some cream blue, like a midnight blue shadow, to start filling in where my lid is up to that crease and mixing it in. I also picked up a little bit of a dark purple shade and put it over some powdered shadow in a blue and a dark purple. Next, I'm moving on to making my faux blue eyebrows. This was a lot of fun too. So this is again like a midnight blue, a super bright pigmented blue liner, followed by some purple and dark blue eyeshadows to kind of set it down. I picked up a glitter eyeshadow and applied that on both lids so that we have a really bright, fun, poppy eye. Then I grabbed some more of that kind of midnight blue eyeliner and created a faux underline lash line that I drug all the way to the side of my face and ended with a downward flick. I also picked up some more of that dark blue and purple eyeshadow and blended that line out so that there was some dimension. Picking up some black liquid eyeliner, I created a very dramatic feline flick of a liner to really add some femininity to this eye look, as if the glitter and the pink eyeshadow wasn't enough. Now moving on to lipstick, I picked up this kind of rosy toned lip liner and lined my lips top and bottom to prepare for our hot pink corally / orange liquid lipstick. This was a really fun color to wear. I don't know if I'm brave enough to wear it out in public for an everyday look, but for this specific look, it was perfect. I now am creating some petals. So now we're really going to connect the floral Legend of Zyla human / flower kind of theme to this look. We already have all the bright colors going, but now we're truly going to add a bunch of flower petals, some other floral designs to this look. So these are really just like upside down teardrops that I am bringing around all of the bottom line of my bottom lip, and it kind of reminds me of a flower that is bloomed or opening up. And just like that, we have a mouthful of petals. Now, as you can see, I am starting to add petals or like a little bloom on each side of my cheek, and I'm using liquid lipstick here, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry for a little bit, and we are going to have awesome flowers on our cheeks. Next, I am picking up this aqua turquoise face paint and painting on petals on my forehead. This is going to add a nice pop of color that draws the eye up towards the center of the face and adds some more colors to make it more floral, which is what our goal is. Then I'm taking the same aqua and highlighting each petal individually to add some dimension and make it look really fun and like we have some awesome colors going on. Next, I picked up some purple eyeshadow. It's like this deep purple that is going to create more dimension and make it look like these petals are a little bit 3D and popping out of my face just slightly. There, I like the way that looks. And I am going to do the same thing on the rest of my petals. Next, I picked up some brown eyeshadow and I am creating a base for the vines that I'm about to paint on with white face paint. So I threw on the brown underneath so that way the white liner or the face paint is really gonna pop whenever I paint like the veins and the roots kind of coming through the middle of my face and connecting to the rest of the flowers. So don't worry if you have a slightly crooked white line down the middle of your face, because it's all going to come together because the roots do not have to be perfectly straight. They're actually very different, each one, and you can't mess these up. You just kind of wiggle around, connect one to the other, and some are just free birds like this one here. And yeah, So that is that. Next, we're picking up some of this black face paint and creating more petals. And we're painting over that orange strip that we faded early on at the beginning of the face painting, because it is going to make like each petal has some 3D dimension there. As you can see, the faded effect we have going on for each of those petals. Super fun. Now for Frenzies, I am going in with some more black paint, adding some dots and some squigglies and making it look really fun and unique. Now I am tracing over each one of my petals around my mouth and creating a faux hairline that's super whimsical. So with this black paint, instead of having like a harsh hairline, we're going to go ahead and create a new one that is a little bit fun. We're adding some swirls, and this doesn't have to be perfect either. I kind of just went for it and eyeballed it and, you know, just made it really interesting. Next, I added some purple eyeshadow to my lips, and then I moved on to gluing some red pearls on my face. And these are kind of like, you know, the little kind of antennas that are like in the middle of a flower. I forget what they're called. But anyways, that's what these are supposed to replicate. So I just used some eyelash glue, let it get tacky, and popped them right on. Moving forward, I'm picking up these awesome pink eyelashes and popping those on. I'm also grabbing some purple eyeshadow and putting that right in the crease where my mouth opens to add even more dimension. Now here it is, folks. The Legend of Zyla makeup is complete. Okay, y'all, this is it. This is my NYX Face Awards entry. Thank you so much for watching this video and for sticking it out with me. We went through the woods, through bugs, through crazy. I feel like I still have stuff crawling on me now. So a lot of sacrifice went into this video and this makeup look. And like I said, I'm just so grateful and just super thankful for all the support of my friends and family, and for people believing in me in doing my crazy makeup and supporting this insane hobby of mine. But like I said, thank you so much. I appreciate your love and support. And I hope this goes far. I know there's some amazing NYX Face Awards applications out there, videos, and they're all amazing and all beautiful. And yeah, thank you. And here is to the Legend of Zyla. Once again, I'm Jessica Kalil, and we'll see you in the next video. Hopefully we'll get in top 30.